Okay, uh, the next filter is camera raw, actually, right? In Photoshop we have camera raw filter is there, but actually what is a raw files. So suppose this is a JPEG and this is the raw file. So raw files are what directly from the camera photographs shoot the pictures in a different format, right? So not in JPEG, actually the different cameras has different file formats, right? So first let's try to understand what is a raw file. A raw file is the uncompressed and unprocessed image data captured by a digital camera or scanner sensors. Shooting in RAW captures a high level of image detail, the large file sizes, and lossless quality. RAW files are a type of raster file format but not actually images themselves. This means you need to import them into relevant software before you can edit or export them as a different raster image file like JPEG. Many photographers who shoot in RAW and manipulate the original data in software like Photoshop and Lightroom. From there, they can adjust their raw image data for exposure, white balance, color balance, and much more. The last step is to convert the raw file into a different type of raster image format, resizing and compressing it to fit its intent use, whether it is in print or online, right? So here we have different many raw file formats, suppose including IIQ, phase 1, these are the cameras, 3FR, Hasselblad, DSR, KT5, KDC, and these are for the Kodak raw file formats, right? CRW, CRT, CR3 for the Canon, ERF, Epson, MEF, Mamiya, MYS, Leaf, NEF, NRW, Nikon, ORF, Olympus, PEF, Pentax, RW2, Panasonic, and ARW, SRF, SR2 for Sony. Yeah, these are the different file formats for the different professional cameras are based on TIFF, the tag image of file format, right? Actually, this is a kind of a raw footage, right? It's the original footage, raw footage. So for the raw footage, when you open the raw photograph in Photoshop, directly it opens in a camera raw filter, right? So there you can adjust their color balance, exposure, and all the different aspects, right? So let us see actually in a practical, right? Yeah, suppose here, see, I'm using camera raw filter from the Photoshop. There is a camera raw filter. Open that one. So here, camera raw filter settings, these are all. See side here, I'm using all their properties one by one. You can check, right? So these are all preferences. And these are the healing press tool, and this is for masking, and this is of course red eye to remove the red eyes, and then the presets, right? So here you can reset to open or reset to default, create presets, these are all. Okay, so here the zoom tool and hand tool and eyedropper tool and the grid, okay, these are all. And if you observe here, so there are some settings are there. Okay, see here, check one by one. There is a graph showing shadows, exposure, and highlights, whites, okay, and blacks. These are all. Okay, when you manipulate, when you move this side and that side, so if you observe in the photograph, as per your movements and changes, this is applying on directly on the photograph. Okay, And if you observe here, there are the below the bars are there, exposure and contrast, highlights. Okay, so when you move these, automatically there the graph also moving, and when you move the graph, and these bars also uh, changing. Okay, and suppose if you want to reset to default, so everything will be set right to normal. Okay, and suppose here say this is auto, and this is for the black and white, as a monochrome, and again click on the color and convert into monochrome, black and white. So as per your changes, so everything is applying on that, right? Again click on the black and white, and suppose a color you can take, and if you want to browse anything, you can browse here. This is the color one, and this is the monochromity, and reset to default, back normal too. Okay, and here we have the options are there. There are basic, curve, detail, color mixer, color grading, optics, geometry, effects, and calibration. So let us check one by one. So open the basic. So there see when you move the sliders, the temperature slider particularly, and automatically the above your graph also changing, and the same thing is applying on the photograph, and change to just I'm manipulating that left side and right side, and again I'm keeping the values into 0. Right now I'm not going to apply or fixing any changes, so just for the sake of explanation purpose only, I'm moving the both sides, and see the shadows. Okay, and change to normal, and suppose whites. See there, if you observe there top the graph also changing according to the slider movements, and it is applying directly on the photograph also. Okay, and suppose see the blacks, the black portion also changing, and the textures. So textures are what? The background, suppose texture, tree texture is there as a background, or cloth texture. It is applying on the texture. Okay, and clarity is what? The more clarity, detailing, and of course dehazing the color, it is showing the variation, right? Okay, and then here we have other options are there, the vibrance, so vibranciness. Okay, saturation, these and all. Why should I have to change all these things? Because the any picture, particularly the raw pic, camera raw pic, when you open here, these are the options for the photographer, for the artist, designer, and see the curves I'm applying. So there is a graph bar, red, green, and blue RGB, and reset to default, right? And here see these are click to edit parameter curve. So this is parameter curve, and for that again some options are there: highlights, lights, darks, shadows, this and all. And if you move that the data accordingly, here also a changes are applying into the photograph. Okay, click to edit the point. So here that input medium or contrast, you can add many points over on that. It takes over on that, right? And suppose here it is a strong contrast. So strong contrast means it has more strong color contrast it is applying. Okay, and suppose it's the red, and red, green, blue. This is for the red color. So it is this color is changing for the red portion. It is applying, and it is set to default. And this is for the green. So the green channel it is, right? It is applying particularly for the green, reset to default. And now this is a blue. So change this according to that will change, and reset to default anyway. And the curves, those are, and for the detailing it, what the sharpening, the more sharpening you want, you can move the slider this side and that side. And here we have the options again. Those options can apply here: radius, detail, and suppose here noise, this and all. Okay, yeah. Yeah, let us see all these. Okay, next, colors, noise reduction, and yeah, close this detail and come to the color mixer. The reds, oranges, yellows, greens, aquas, blues, all these are, and reds I'm changing to this side and that side. Okay, and next, oranges, it is applying on the orange only, it is taking changing in particular orange areas. Okay, and suppose move this value directly, you can type, or otherwise move the sliders, right? So yellows now. Okay, then greens, and here aquas, and of course it is make it 0, and here is a purples and magentas, and this is color gradient. So color grading is very important. So when you give the color gradient and any raw film or any JPEG, so the nice colors or variations you can observe. Okay, see that one, changing to the color grade, your right side or left side, accordingly it's giving the changes. Okay, you can move, you can play it actually, so you can play them, then you will understand more clearly, right? So that is for the midtones. Now here it is, yeah, so midtone, shadows, highlights, and reset to default. Okay, and here this is for the shadows. Okay, and again each portion it is separately. So before reset to default, yeah, so same. And here it is midtones. Okay, so instead of the 3 at a time, individually, one by one, they are giving, right? The luminance is white portion, right? And here it is the global light, global color. And hue, saturation, luminance, right? Reset to default. Okay, color grading is over. Then optics. So you have to check yourself actually, then you will understand. When you open the Photoshop, open your image in Camera Raw and play within these options, then we will understand all these things, right? See, accordingly it is giving changes. Vignette, a midpoint, reset to default. Okay, so then yeah, actually this is over actually. Yeah, greens, aquas. Yeah, see them all. So this is a geometry. You click on the geometry transformations, manual transformations, and vertically, see, it's changing to vertically. Okay, and this is for horizontal, and this is for rotate. Actually, we are changing your picture. The aspect ratio, scale, zoom in, zoom out, and this is for the offset, scale and offset values, x offset and y offset, and and this is for levels, upright, rotate, and here it is a vertical, and this is, see, all these are already we used, right? So again they are showing. Okay, reset to default, and this is effects actually. See, in effects, the grain igniting, so grains are adding here. If you want to add more grains, you can add more grains also. Yeah, this is igniting, and grains value you can increase and decrease, and size also you can increase and decrease. Roughness, of course, roughness also you can. Yeah, this is reset to default. And suppose here calibration. In calibration, here we have versions. These are different versions. So current version only I'm keeping, and in shadows again hue, and suppose see the hue portion I'm giving the changes, and of course saturations are also there. Okay, and this is again the green primary, and the green hue and saturations, and here the blue primary and its hue and saturations. Okay, so these are the filter filters, and particularly for camera raw. Okay, and here see the other options also there. So you can observe here the size, healing brush tool, right? You can suppose with this you can erase this portion, right? You can erasing actually. Yeah, it's reset to default, and here it is healing brush tool. With healing brush tool, suppose you can heal that area. Heal means you are smoothing that area, healing, right? Okay, and here the clone. So cloning what? Some portion. You can take the drag that area, and you can apply the same at another area. Okay, same like your cloning stamp tool. Here also we are using. Just you can play around all the image, then we'll understand more clearly. Okay, so this is all about and reset to default. Okay, and of course the brush sizes, these are, and feather, the smoothness or hardness you want, and that is the opacity of that brush, the smooth or how you want actually. Reset to normal. Okay, and then come to the masking. So masking is what? for the subject or sky or background. So which area you want to add a mask. Suppose I'm clicking on the suppose a subject, so it is applying slowly. Yeah, it is added a mask. See, from the background it is separated. Okay, and here we have options, more options, so you can invert this. Suppose the mask is applied to background and now image is out of mask, and the exposure, so changing the exposures, and the contrastness it is giving. See, and here it is highlights, and suppose here subtract, select background, select people. Suppose select sky. Now want to select the sky but could not find a sky to select, so there is no sky actually, filled with trees and other stuff, right? So it is unable to select that sky particularly, there is no sky. Okay, now image and black and white. Now see, it is changing into black and white. Very beautiful filter, this camera raw filter actually. Image and white, see, it is applied on the white, and here is the white and black. Excellent, right? Color overlay, and now you can reset a mask. Suppose when you reset that, it is resetting to normal. Okay, and if you want to save this mask, and you can save this. Right now I am not saving, and you can pay the amount, or you can drag, move the slider, and suppose here see here, and the options are there. Suppose here subject and mask, these are already we used, right? And yeah, color the same, last time we used, again there again. See, these are all reset to default. Okay, and of course sky, again could not find the sky, and the background. Suppose see, it's a background selected already. So what we did here, we inverted. Invert means it is applied to model, or model to background, right? And here it is red eye, to remove the red eyes caused by the camera flash. So night time when you shoot the pictures, photography, and particularly the camera flash focused on the eye, so because that we use, right? And here see, this is presets, the ready-made options are there. When you click on that, so that particular preset option is applying to that image. If you want to take directly, you can use them, or otherwise you can give your own settings. Okay, so you can create your own presets also as per your requirement. This is for the zoom. Okay, and this is for the, of course this is for the hand, and this is for the color, eyedropper color, right? So this is the all about the camera raw.